Hello Show teachers! In our last vlog, we discussed comprehensible input and how we acquire a language when we are able to make meaning with the new language we receive. With this idea in mind, we'll take a look at how we support our MLLs using Tier 2 interventions. I hope you do not mind me using Japanese again to demonstrate what reading intervention may look like when we're learning in a second language. There are 51 Japanese alphabets, and then there are 2 different ways to write them. I'm going to read a simple Japanese sentence 2 times. リンゴには種が8つあります。Now, can you repeat after me? リンゴには種が8つあります。I'm wondering how you are making meaning out of the sentence we just read together. Without having acquired a level of proficiency in Japanese, this sentence may sound like just a bunch of sounds mashed together. Dr. Stephen Krashen clearly defined the difference between acquiring and learning or studying the second language and how they impact each other. Dr. Krashen hypothesized that acquiring a second language is similar to acquiring a first language. It is the natural way to develop linguistic ability, and the process is subconscious. It results in acquired linguistic competence with implicit knowledge of the second language. As we often hear the native speakers say, I just know that it is not correct English or correct Spanish. Dr. Krashen mentions another way to develop a second language. It is by learning. It is knowing about the language or formal knowledge of the language. It is a conscious effort to learn explicit knowledge of rules, being aware of them and able to talk about them. Reading or writing is an explicit learning process that even native speakers have to study in order to be proficient at it. Here, it is worth restating the seemingly obvious fact. It is very challenging to learn to read in a language we have not acquired. Just remember foreign language literature class. This is especially true for young learners. Now, let me help you make meaning for the sentence. Can you repeat after me? リンゴには種が1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、8つあります。So, リンゴ is an apple and 種 means seeds. The sentence means there are 8 seeds in an apple. A simple demonstration that may show that the reading intervention for second language learners should not look the same as reading intervention for native speakers who may already know the words such as apple and seed in their own language. Here is the key idea for us to teach reading and writing in second language based on content-based language instruction. We help MLLs make meaning or access of the content first, then support them to develop literacy skills using the content. This is just the opposite of having them read the text first to access the content, or we say read to learn. As our reading Japanese sentence has demonstrated, making meaning helps acquire the language they're attempting to learn to read. How do we then help our second language learners access the content of the text first without reading the text? Well, we can do that by utilizing various instructional modalities other than linguistic ones. Connecting their prior knowledge about the content using simple KWL chart with visuals, video clips, explicitly teaching key vocabulary in the incoming text using picture walk, visually communicating the incoming content using GLAD pictorial and narrative input charts, a graphic organizer, and orally introducing academic sentence structures using sentence frames for sequencing, stating cause and effect, etc. that are useful in discussing the text later. All these front-loading moves before reading the text takes off the cognitive load so MLLs can focus on learning how to read and write in the second language. In our next vlog, we'll see how integrating content in language preserves age-appropriate academic rigor for second language learners. Thank you for watching, and please join me as we unpack WIDA.